striking down. That Storm Surge, even though Swizzy, Queasy, Mustache don't exactly know those teams are below it, they will hear the shields crack. King's gonna go down, but Poyo is the one that's potentially stealing away those points. And maybe even the loot as it fully gets cleaned up. Swizzy, Queasy, Mustache put the full target down on the P8's in. He's just trying to get some of that loot from his fallen comrade.
Do Swizzy and Mustache ever miss?
No.
The answer's gonna be no. Okay,
No.
P8's in, eliminated. Mustache with another one. But that's actually gonna be the first one of this lobby. They've just been collecting so many eliminations throughout today's lobbies, Jacob. It's almost crazy to think that that's their first, but Queasy could be in trouble. Does manage to break away from where Bolts, Rapid, and Kanata are at, but Kanata, you know that he's scheming inside of this middle section. He wants to maybe try and set up for a re-edit on their back target, but they know there's another team directly underneath them. It's gonna be School and Salco caught off guard. They're not gonna be able to make that transition. Ark still trying to press forward, but he's stuck in the corner. Ark trying to fight back, but there's nowhere left to run, and Bolts finds that elimination.
That is a lightning strike if I've ever seen one myself. Bolts taking down all 3 players of the NA West Major 2 champions, Ark, Skull, and Salco. And the thing about Ark, Skull, and Salco, I saw it for just a quick moment, they were below the damage threshold as well. So their aggression, even though they are picking up eliminations, isn't working out as good as they hoped.
But it's still a damper for Kanata and Bolts. Bolts now losing all of his shields. Still, he'll have the opportunity to recover that, but it's the loss of Rapid that's really going to start impacting where Bolts and Kanata might end up here. Fortunately for them, Zone pulling a little bit away from those mountain faces, so as a duo, they can still look to break through the low ground, but Queasy, Mustache, Swizzy, Gentlemage going absolutely ballistic in this audience right now, and for good reason. Mustache said it, we're just gonna keep winning, and they've got 3 already at the international level, Jacob. A land historic event, and they're still looking to see if they can get more.
We are literally watching the Queasy legacy in the making. Levin said it himself. The last time Queasy won 3 games in a row, he went on not only to win that major, but win 6 out of 12 games. Something that has never been done on that region of EU ever before and ever again. And this could be that moment in history that you look back at when you talk about how great Queasy actually is. It is all because of this, but there's still so many threats in their path. They just have to look up. They have to try to go for high ground and stop the plate trade. Clicks, Higgs, and Yamzo, they have been known to do it on NA Central. They just have to figure out how to do it here on the international stage.
And they might have to deal with Pars, Baka, and Pump along the way. Yapko, Seti, Panzer, they've also done a rather excellent job at just maintaining consistent performances, and they're looking for yet another repeat here, trying to clear some space in that secondary height, but they know if they want their odds to turn this into a victory royale, they're gonna need more than just secondary height. Pump falls 2 clicks. This is big time for XSET because they need to pop off here.
Yeah, they truly are looking to lead as a trio and taking the front side of the zone, something Yamzo knows to do best, but they have to be careful. Marius, Vanya, and Pixie, they're bouncing around with those crash pads, instantly climbing up that mountain, and that just means better positioning right away, and it gives them that luxury to look back, see all these other players rotate through. He's peeking through the stair, he sees Acorn, Aders, and Poyo, but it's not ready to go for it just yet, and nobody has even had an opportunity to look up. They're attached at the backside of zone, they're attached right in the middle. It's not even gonna be easy when somebody eventually does.
But that's the problem. Nobody else can actually make their way up towards the high ground because Swizzy, Queasy, and Mustache refuse to budge. They just keep shutting down every single opportunity, forcing these teams to converge onto each other as iDrop now trying to see if he can collect an elimination there, unlock anything. He needs a massive refresh here, but it's Pixie who finds Hadi, Marius, Pixie, and Vanya now looking to see what more they can seek out.
4 eliminations so far into the top 12. Placement points are flying in. Half of them, at least at the top 8, is Veno, Vico. They're in that line of path. Marius looking up for only a quick second, not really focusing on a Queasy up above. It's probably too hard. You see their materials being drained right out of their inventory. Everybody else feeling the same thing, forcing Yamzo, Higgs, and Clicks to drop down low. The blessing is they're in the front side of zone, so they have a little bit more to work with.
But the control from Queasy, Swizzy, and Mustache on the high ground, Jacob, they're forcing all of these teams to swap layers to ultimate low, and with that in mind, Mustache, Queasy, Swizzy, just non-stop berating. These teams are forced, they're looking up, they're looking down, they're trying to find refreshes, but they have no breathing room. They are being suffocated right now by height.
With the conversations going on before the Global Championship, Fu probably smiling ear to ear right now with EU doing the performance that they are, but Kanata both, they're trying to channel how they played in game number 1, finds a key elimination on the Re, not just elimination points, but placements as well. Cammy falls, more points from the lobby. Swizzy's trying to drop down low, he's just getting loot, he's bringing it back up to his IGL.
And that is all Swizzy has to keep tabs on alongside Merstash. Everything getting dropped at Queasy's feet so he can have the ultimate success here. But Marius, he's in too much trouble. Marius trying to squeeze away. It's Vico, it's Veno, and Flixie chasing them down. They know that they're going to have to clear out all of these players inside of these lower layers if they want a real shot at beating Queasy up on height.
Yeah, if there's any team that I think has a chance to look up and at least give them a fight, it is going to be them, as Marius is forced outside of the zone, almost a 1v1 against Clix, and Clix gets the knock. Can he get the elimination? No, he can't. No siphon for him, but the battle, the inevitability is finally here. Vico taking charge, but he's also taking most of that damage. Flixie's forced to reload. Veno is in that mid-cut as well, a challenge that they did not find success on, but relatively so. Even if they might not have the high ground, they put Queasy and Merstash on the back foot.
And that's the problem, Queasy, Merstash, they can still tank a little bit of zone here just because of that exotic Fizz, but at the same time, Vico, Veno, Flixie, they're now trying to remind everybody this might be Queasy's tourney so far, but we still want to take the Merstash finding the biggest elimination of the Veno, the Siphon carrying him forward, the hopes of Gentleman now resting on his shoulders, Flixie trying to hang, but Flixie wins it all, shutting down the dream here for Queasy. I can do better.
We talked about the 6 of 12. It was with that man right there, Veno, with Vigo and Flixie by his side. They are looking like a terror on the lobby. Frankie, we gotta hear one from them by themselves.
We need to hear what you have to say, Flixie. What's it like getting a victory royale here on LAN in Lyon?
It's great. I mean, we died off spawn, we clutched the game. It's really good.
Yeah, you clutched the game. I mean, it was quite the competition between you and the leaders of the lobby. Were you